Shalom, this is Psalm chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. First and foremost, want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders and the bishops and the brothers worldwide, hell, spirit, and truth throughout the four corners, any last days. Here with a new beginners lesson. Let's get it.
Eloach. Eloach. Second entry, Elohim. Elohim. Eloach. Eloach.
Got that word God, lowercase g, in the Strong's, H433. Elohim. It does have three different pronunciations, but most of us brothers, we go by Elohim. And it's a plural of gods in ordinary sense, but not the supreme God, but it's an occasion applied by way of deference to magistrates, something that's superlative, angels, exceeding gods. God is very great judges, mighty. It's a biblical usage of ruler. It's plural with an S, rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. We're angels in this lower nature. Scripture goes into that, power. Say God is God like one, work of special possessions of God. So that's the Heavenly Father, the true God. So we understand that he said you're children of God. You know what I'm saying? Like in the world, JB, like father, like son. But we're not the Most High. We're not Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. But we are gods. You know what I'm saying? Ruler, judge, the divine ones, angels, power. And that video was off of this is, a Nigerian, but he's over there in Russia, and the spirit on me make me feel like he is Jake. But we scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And basically, he was just going in like how it feels to be in Russia, you know what I'm saying? And, just very beneficial video because he basically going in like how Russians hate America. Russians hate Americans. Like an average high schooler graduate over there in Russia is smarter than a college graduate. And they were like, they consider Americans dumb. And that's true, you know what I'm saying? Because you look at the state of society, you know what I'm saying? It's like how things are ran over here compared to different countries. You can see the difference, you know what I'm saying? The energy, how people take care of themselves. In America, it's like a poop show. We're going to PG-13. It's like a poop show over here. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment, everybody volleyed out. And, but he said he wasn't worried about how he's looked at. I feel like that sometimes. In his flesh, it's vexing, staying in a racist state, white man, and people just look at you. Hell, even your own people be racist towards you just because they can feel your spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is that same chapter. This is that same chapter in Psalms, but I'm going to go at 5. They say, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course. So we know Isaiah 16:2 said the Lord is gross darkness to people. The earth is in gross darkness and gross darkness to people. So that's the state of society. That's just, these people are spiritually dead. They don't know. They just existing. Ecclesiastes Sirach goes into a manner to judge, or the judge is the manner of the people. So whoever's at the top, that's going to be that's going to boil down to how the countries ran, how the citizens of that countries ran. Look at America. Look who we have at the top, the influencers, these podcasters, these streamers, these rappers, all this debauchery as representations and leaders. It trickled down to the people that's under them, the citizens. It said they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. This is a darkness world we're living in. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. And it said, John 15:19. If you were of the world will love his own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. And coming in the truth, they hate us, you know what I'm saying? Even certain family members, even, I remember, man, just dealing with certain women in the truth, man. And it's like when I tell them I got to fast, they get mad. I'm like, I can't do nothing. We literally do something when we do it, when we can. I can't do nothing today. You know, and you really see that woman really get mad. Like she really, and you know, it is vexing in this truth, trying to deal with the world. What the scripture say, can two walk together unless they agree? Well, fellowship light with darkness, and this world is full of darkness, and we walking towards the light. Lord, when the light, Lord, keep the spirit on us to walk towards the light, be in this light. And the world, as you know, it is dark. You don't woke up to the truth. This is a light on you. It might not be, you might not physically feel that light, but that presence is felt out here in this dark world. You know, me, I don't speak too much on myself, but this past weekend was very interesting. You know, I got complimented like 5, 6, 7 different times. Majority of them was white. Then I had a Jake compliment me. Just what I had on. I had a coverall on. The way I had it on, and I was like, bro, I don't wear this a couple times, bro. In my mind, I'm like, this ain't the coverall. It's a presence on me. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I got on. It's something, you know, it's radiating on me. You know what I'm saying? Lord, keep me in the spirit. It said, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. And what was interesting, you know, in this whole interview, it was like almost an hour. You know, we know we are spread throughout the four corners of earth, but that Jake had a different spirit on him. He wasn't acting like, you know, because they say, you know, Nigerians, they not part of the tribes and stuff. But I remember hearing one of the elders one time say, you know, Nigeria could be part of the tribes, you know what I'm saying? We don't know everything as far as the ethnics, and it's actually a certain tribe of Dan that's not it's part of that's not recognized. You know what I'm saying? They talk about the tribe of Dan, but we don't know all the way how that connection is gonna happen. But we know how we say the 12 tribes of Israel, but it's actually a 13th tribe called the tribe of Dan. So we don't know. They could be, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, for him to say that, on his spirit to say that, the Lord is dealing with that man for him to say that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, we are scattered. You know, the Lord said we like a scattered bird. We scattered throughout the nation. So yeah, he might have physically been born in Nigeria, but his father could be an Israelite, but happened to move to Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? We are scattered. You know what I'm saying? We are scattered throughout the four corners of earth. It said, if you were the world would love its own. So we feeling that in these times when all hell breaking loose. These people, so-called white people, that had all dominion, that had all the banks, they was able to get the top jobs, get all of this, get all that, the white privilege. Now that world is ending. Now they crashing out. But when Jake was going through it, nobody lifted up a finger. And I goes in that because I watched Birth of a Nation yesterday, and it goes into Nat Turner. Is an enslaved Baptist preacher who lives on Virginia Plantation, owned by Samuel Turner. That was his slave owner. With rumor and insurrection in the air, a cleric convinced Samuel that Nate should sermonize to other slaves, thereby quelling any notions of an uprising. And basically, like Nat Turner, like he was a very well speaker. You know, he was reading his Bible, and he was able to. The other plantation owners came to his slave owner like, hey, we need to use your preacher so he can keep our slaves in check. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake, man, regardless, man, Jake, man, it's not easy to tame Jake. Jake ain't like the white man, all these other nations, man. Jake ain't with that. Jake, it take time to break Jake down for real. And that's what they got our people in the state of society now. They got us broken down to the bone, to the point they completely fell off from their understanding, this knowledge and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? They completely took their heritage from them. And they've been studying, breaking us down since we came over here in these fields. But that's a great-ass movie, man. I ain't even mean to say ass, but I mean for real. Though I'd be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. But I just had to emphasize on that. That was a great movie, Birth of a Nation. And I was told when this movie first came out, it came out in 2016, when it first came out, that theaters was making it seem like that this movie was sold out, even though it wasn't, to stop people from seeing this. So I just seen Sinners when it came out last year. Sinners is, to me, is okay, but this Birth of a Nation give you a real idea how it really went down when Jake was in them early slave days. It really give you a great example how the so-called white man, Esau, treat us and still to this day. I want to get in this scripture right here. I'm just going off the flow. It said Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses. So we know we're in the flip of reality of how this course of earth is supposed to be ran. It's supposed to be ran righteous. The Lord just said in Psalms 82 that this earth is in a dark. It says they walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So we in a wicked rulership. I have seen servants upon horses. This is so-called white man. The horse can symbolize power, authority. And that's what Esau was doing, right on the horse. And that was the way of transportation back in the day. But symbolizing that he's a servant and he's on that power, he's in that dominion seat. And princes walking as servants upon the earth. I actually love that scripture because this is the truthful reality of who we are. Yeah, guys, we're children of the Most High, but we are servants. You know what I'm saying? In this captivity, we are princes, but we in this world, in the dark world, we're considered servants. So it's I have seen servants upon horses. Matter of fact, let me scratch that back. This is the so-called white man. He's a servant. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walk as servants upon the earth. So yeah, the same thing. Like we're princes, but we're servants in this captivity. Cause how are you a prince and how are you a God, children of the Most High, but you're in captivity. Another nation of people is over you. Another people tell you what to do. Another people dictate your livelihood, take money from you. We don't have dominion right now. But we getting that back in the kingdom to come, which is coming, which is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Lord Yahushua, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, is coming back. With this word ignorantly and incorrectly called Jesus. The letter J is witchcraft. It's a made-up letter. And go back to the birth of nation and remind me when they had Nat Turner going to your different plantations and preaching to the other slaves, like basically the slave Bible, manipulating the scriptures so they can, basically what they was doing, trying to keep in that spirit and not rebelling against your slave owner. Because we know Jake is a handful. Jake hard to handle. Jake is not normal. Jake got different strength. You're a God. Jake got a different type of strength. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth, prince of the power, Yasharallah. Jacob wrestled an angel, became a certain name in Israel when he wrestled an angel, prince of the power, Yasharallah. And that's who we are. You're guys, lowercase g. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was interesting seeing that brother say, you're guys. We're guys. Like, yeah, we are, but we're servants right now. And why we servants right now? Because first and foremost, the fear of the Lord is not there amongst our people. And he gave us laws, statutes, commandments to follow. It said Exodus 19:5. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, that shall not kill, that not have no false idols, don't put no God before me, that shall not steal, that shall not commit adultery. These are laws of a nation to live by so they can have a fruitful and abundance and righteous kingdom, a righteous nation. It said, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. This is the heaven Father, let it be known. You will be a peculiar people, treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. The heaven Father let you know the earth is mine. Deuteronomy 14:2, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua thy power, and the Lord had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. Deuteronomy 26:18, and the Lord had avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he had promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. This is first. I'm going to go to Psalms. I'm just going to the word peculiar. Psalms 135:4. For the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had chosen Jacob to himself and Israel for his peculiar treasure. Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, the Lord, Lord, how you got that favorite, you know what I'm saying? Like the Lord got a favorite people. He got a favorite a flower, you know what I'm saying? So as a man in this world, you got that favorite girl, like your favorite girl, like they you might give up 3-4 different nicknames. Like you might call her Baby, you might call her well, I used to call my ex. I used to call her Baby. I mean, but that was what she was to me. You know what I'm saying? That was my baby, you know what I'm saying? I used to call her that. There was another name I used to call her then after that, she just got on my nerves and we just split. But I called her like 3-4 different names because that's how I felt about her. I felt so good about her. She was special to me. For the Lord had chosen Jacob to himself and Israel for the peculiar treasure. 1 Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praise of him who had called you out the darkness to his marvelous light. This word is in gross darkness, but the Lord is calling his people out this darkness into his marvelous light. And that's what we're living in. It was a time that this world, as we know it here on earth, the wickedness had exceedingly took over, and that's the vibration our people was going off of. We were just born in it because that's just the vibration of the influence that was around us. We didn't know no other way. We thought it was cool to be thugs. We thought it was cool to be rappers and trappers and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is being declared, and the Lord let it be known, like, no, you special. You not what they told you. You not just a nigga, a black or colored. Because what's that? Book of Baruch, chapter 2. For I knew they would not hear me, but in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. He said, for I knew they would not hear me because it's a stiff neck that goes into hard-headed, rebellious people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. We in this day to this day not captivity. We haven't been saved yet. Shiloh hasn't came yet. We ain't been saved yet. The white man ain't he's just big brother. But we got a big brother, the real true big brother, Yahweh Shai coming. I got the word peculiar, but I'm just going off instead peculiar means strange, odd, or unusual, but also mean distinctive or special. We're a special people to the Lord. It said describes things that are out the ordinary, unique characteristics, in special ways like a peculiar smell, peculiar habit, unique to a particular person, place, or thing, such as customs, having a specific unique quality, matter of peculiar interest. Man, we special people to the Lord. That's why Jacob's the form of all things. Look at all the adventures. A so-called Negro, the children of Israel did that. Where we go, wherever the children of Israel, it's popping there. Believe that. When Pharaoh had us in captivity, Egypt was popping because we made it popping. Wherever Israel at, that's where it's at. We the influence of the earth. Even our lowest state, Jake is still winning. What beloved Apostle Paul said, he said, you are poor, but you're rich. Yeah, we are physically poor in this world, but we are spiritually rich. You know what I'm saying? Then it said something about you are despised, but you are, I was just reading this other day, Corinthians, but basically everything in this world tell us that we are. We really opposite of it. It's just majority of our people are going off the vibration that the rest of the world got them going. So, you know, they're like the one apple spoiled a bunch. So they're making it seem like we are going off that vibration when a lot of Jake really ain't a lot of Jake is actually cool out here. It's just what it is, man. I'm trying to find that. But it's more to life than what they told us, man. They ain't gonna tell us the truth. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so it was our mind, it was our doing, it was our ways. So being returned, seek him 10 times more. So we are coming back to the Heavenly Father because we realize this ain't living. We hate it. We hate being in captivity. We hate all this weird stuff that goes on around us. We hate that we came and just do what we want to do without going to the white man for one of all things. We get taxed. We oppress. You know what I'm saying? What the scriptures say for Judah and Northern Kingdom, Southern Judah, Ephraim was suppressed together. That's Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. We've been oppressed together, man. Together, man. And, you know, I'm grateful for this truth, man. I'm grateful that we have I'm grateful for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai because, like, You know, in its truth, man, you know, the more you learn and go through, you realize like how beautiful this story is, though. It's really a true love story, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything we done been through, the Lord still been there dealing with us, no matter how grim it might have seemed. And even blood loss, you understand, man, that's just a transformation of things, man. Death is not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? The scripture go that death is going to be swallowed up. That's the end of this kingdom, man. Death is finna be swallowed up because we're going to be back righteous again. We're going to be back following the law, statutes, commandments. And the Lord promised that he going to give us new bodies, and the law, statutes, commandments going to be in our inward parts. So we're going to be like how we are right now, our conscience and everything. It's going to be pure righteous. We can't even think wicked no more. It's going to be frowned upon and wicked to even speak wickedly. Like, what the hell? Like, what art thou? Like, we are really true kings and princes, though, and princesses. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we just in lower, we ain't in that steed yet. It is coming. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine it, bro. We are kings and princes and princesses, bro. But we in timeout right now. That's divine within itself, that the Heavenly Father finna take how we been spread across the how we been spread across the four countries. I said four countries, the four corners of earth, and the Lord, he gonna work a work in our day and bring us back to this light and to this understanding, which he's doing right now, but it's gonna be more revealed. Like, we're literally kings and princes and gods, lowercase g, but we in punishment right now. Like, that's divine within itself, that the fact that we in punishment and the Heavenly Father took us from we was on top, you know, with Judah King, all that stuff. We always, you know what I'm saying, Judah had it several times throughout history, but the Lord took us through this phase, man, and it's crazy, man. It's beautiful, man. This is a beautiful love story, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta really, this is the way. And it was very interesting, you know what I'm saying, about to end this lesson, that I know them brothers are Jake in the spirit, because they sang this song I used to sing all the time in the church. It's like, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So, the Lord has made, I will rejoice and it has made me glad. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I am so glad. The Lord has made, I will rejoice and it has made me glad. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I am so glad. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the songs, you know, I used to sing in my church, you know, as a young man. But they kind of said that in their own version. But I heard that tempo and a couple lyrics, they might have just remixed it. I said, yeah. And even that movie Birth of the Nations, man, they was sitting there singing, sweet low, sweet chariot. Man, that's us, man. Swing low, sweet chariot, this vehicles of salvation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're enlightened now, bro. Like, we're enlightened right now. Like, it said, Jeremiah 16:14-15. These are some of my favorite scriptures. Said, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So it was the time that the Lord brought us through the land of Egypt, and that was the first Exodus. When we had Moses led us through. You know, he kept going to Pharaoh, talking about, let my people go. And the Heavenly Father hardened Pharaoh's heart purposely so he can exalt his name and show his power. That's what he about to do now. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. As the river of water, he turned whatsoever be with. So this is the Heavenly Father green earth. This is his earth. This is his creation. He gonna do whatever he want to do. He's the director, the narrator, creator of everything. That's the power we're serving. This is the power that's about to be elevated any times to come. We're not the fear man. We're fear him. We fear Yahweh Shah. Man is nothing. Man is nothing. Man is dust. All throughout the scripture, Lord let you know, man, why is earth and ashes proud? Like, I'm a God. Like, a God can't die. A true God can't die. A God got real power. And Heavenly Father finna show that. He showed it then, he finna show it now. Verse 15, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, North America, and from all the lands where he had driven them. So you got some Jacob over there in Russia. United Kingdom, because they was talking about how they hate America, and you know what I'm saying. You could just hear the conversation. I said, man, them Jakes, like they not speaking ignorance, and like Jake got some wit, some sense to him. Like Jake got salt. Jake go to Australia and pop it. You know what I'm saying? Jake can go to anywhere and pop it. Jake go to Tokyo and pop it. Jake is that. As they say, what? I guess Kendrick Lamar wants some more Grammys. Breaking news, Kendrick Lamar, most Grammys, I guess. I didn't know that. I don't know. I don't keep up. I just watch the news. But the Lord lived. They brought the children of Israel from the land of the north, North America, and from all the lands where they had driven them. So we are scattered throughout the four corners of earth. Bulk of us here in America. And I will bring them again to the land that I gave to the fathers, the land flowing milk and honey. It's that land in Canaan, but the Lord finna does put us back in our region. So this is what's going on right now. Revelation 11. And after 3 days and a half, this goes 350 years, we've been in captivity. You know what I'm saying? We've been spiritually dead. I think Ezekiel's like, can these bones live? Like, that's us in that spiritual dead state, just completely oblivious. We just out here lacking. We ain't got no protection. We ain't got nothing. We just out here existing. We were spiritually dead. And Ezekiel said, can these bones live? You know what I'm saying? Can they live? Can they come back from that state? Man, that's the Heavenly Father. Only He can do that. That's what make Him so dynamic, overwhelming. He can do everything. That's scary, bro. Like, why you can't wrestle and argue with that? You need to have a healthy fear of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It said, after 3 days and a half, spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So this is what's going on right now. That's why we have mass distraction, mass chaos, mass calamities, mass distractions, mass whatever. Okay, skip it. We can't keep you occupy your own flesh and stuff. Go be a streamer. Go be a porn star. Go do whatever. Go be a content creator. Go do anything but get back in that truth. Because this truth is tearing down that spiritual hold they've been having on our people for all these years, man. The truth is spreading like wildfire, man. This is the Heavenly Father plan right now. It's going to ask. I think today is some type of moon. I was able to get some picture of this moon. I don't know if it's like a new 100 blood moon. I don't know, but it was very interesting today. And I just saw that. I got a little video of that. But, man, interesting times we're in, man. Interesting times we're in, it sucks, man. This flesh weak, man. The flesh is weak, man. Like, I'm a man in the flesh, man. I battle within myself, man. But, I got Sophia, though. You know what I'm saying? So Sophia, you know what I'm saying, which is wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's here, man. She's beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep our eyes single on this truth and this understanding, man. We want to make it to the end because, man, we are gods. We are gods, but lowercase g, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we beyond what this world told us, bro. All the greatest sports, the greatest entertainers, the greatest everything, but they have Esau was able to manipulate and set up contracts and all this stuff to keep us invisible shackles. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, slavery was never abolished; it was polished. So they took the chains and they took the shackles off of the chain, yokes of iron off your neck, the muzzle off your mouth, but they gave you an invisible chain. So they gave you a mentality that you had freedom, but they was coming at your pockets. That's your, you know what I'm saying, your money, your true power, your influence. They broke down the family structure. You got the man, the woman so like you got the woman going against the man, children hating up, children acting crazy, you know what I'm saying? And this is all part of the Heavenly Father plan. He said, I would set division, variation, mother against household. Like, so we are living in times, uproars amongst the people, but it's also a divine, it's also a divine thing going on right now. I want to be part of that. I don't care about this world, bro. I want that righteousness. I want that beautifulness. I want that greatness. I want that kingdom that's coming. I want what Paul saw, that he come in other words. He come and utter what he saw. He heard words. He said he heard words that he couldn't be speaking. Like he saw and heard things that he couldn't even fathom. That's what I want. Because this world can't give me nothing. I'm going to give me some more money in a dying society, and it's still wicked. Even if I want to take that money and do something righteous with it, y'all going to shadow ban me. You're going to stop me from being, like, we hate this world. You know, so, but I hope this lesson was edifying. God praise Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash, that by honors to apostles and elders and the bishops and the brothers worldwide, has been the truth out the four corners, any last days. Here with new beginning lessons, Shalom.